Hi, I'm Jamila, owner of A Special Place Wigs, and we're doing a countdown of the top 10 most frequently asked questions that we get here at A Special Place regarding hair loss, wigs, toppers, and our services. Last time we were talking a little bit about when is the best time, if you're experiencing some type of hair loss, when is the best time to come in and have your wig fitting. But today what we want to talk about, another very frequently asked question, is how long do wigs last? If I'm going to invest in a wig, how long can I expect this to last? That question is not an easy one to answer because, as you can imagine, first of all, there's different types of wigs, and that has a bearing on it. Even the length of the wig is going to affect how long it lasts. But the biggest thing that affects it is going to be how you're wearing it, how often you're wearing it, what activities you're going to be doing in the wig, and how you take care of your wig. So sometimes if you ask us how long will my wig last, and we might hesitate to give you an exact answer, it's not because we don't want to tell you, but it's because we don't necessarily know all the factors in your lifestyle to know how long it's going to last. But I'm going to go over a few things that will help you get an idea. So first of all, we should keep in mind that wigs can be made of a synthetic fiber. They can be made of a heat stylable fiber. We have blends that are made of human hair and a heat-friendly synthetic fiber blended together. And then there are human hair wigs. And even in human hair wigs, there are different qualities. And we're actually going to do a video a little bit later that breaks down all of the differences in those types of hair fibers. But for now, we're just discussing how long they last. The other thing that is important to know is when we say that something happens to a wig and it doesn't last, what is happening to the wig? And basically there's three things that happen to a wig as it ages that will eventually mean we have to throw the wig out, it's no good anymore. One is the hair itself, that over time the hair may become ratty, tangled, or frizzy, and so it's no longer lasting for us. In other cases, sometimes it loses hair, just with the brushing and the natural cycle of when we wash the hair and we brush it. Some of that hair falls out, and eventually enough hair falls out that the wig is no longer usable. And the last thing that happens is to the cap itself. Sorry for the little jingling that jingles every time someone walks by my door. But the cap itself is made with elastic and a fabric material, and over time that can break down. The cap, the elastic just goes, the elastic shot, and it loses its stretchability, or it gets holes or tears in it. So those are the main things that will go wrong with a wig. So what is the lifespan of a wig? A synthetic wig will hold up very well to repeated use, especially in the shorter styles. They're pretty much wash and go, so you're not putting a lot of heat on them or doing anything of that nature. But over time, the edges of the wig, especially a longer wig, are going to get frizzy. So we find that most people, a synthetic wig is going to last them about 6 months to a year. That being said, I've seen people ruin them a lot quicker than that, and I've seen some people that make them last a lot longer than that. So what are the differences? Well, again, we talked about how often are you wearing it? Are you wearing it from the time you get up to the time you go to bed all day long, maybe at a job where you're very active? Then that wig is going to wear out quicker to someone who's only wearing their wig for special occasions. They're wearing it to go maybe to religious services, or they're wearing it out to dinner. So in the course of a week where you're maybe wearing your wig 60 hours a week, someone who's only wearing it 10 hours a week, obviously it's going to last longer. Longer wigs tend to wear out more quickly because they're getting more friction frizz. They're rubbing on your coat and your shoulder, and even your purse, scarves, things like that, your back of your chair. And that friction on the fiber wears it out more quickly. But some things to keep in mind. How can you make your wig last longer? First of all, if you can afford 2 wigs, getting 2 wigs and having them in rotation takes a lot of that wear and tear off of your wig, and it's going to make both of them last a lot longer. The number 2 thing is just taking good care of your wig, using the right product, especially a good leave-in conditioner. That's going to help your wig last longer. Also, we offer refurbishing services here. So if your wig starts to get a little frizzy, if you can come see us right away, we can actually do a steam conditioning treatment on it to get that frizzy out, and that's going to help it last a lot longer. So there's things you can do to extend the life of your wig. Now we're talking about synthetic fibers, regular synthetic fibers right now. Let's talk a little bit about heat-friendly synthetics. Heat-friendly synthetics are great, but they are more prone to tangling and getting frizzy than regular synthetics. And they can get frizzy pretty quick. So a heat-friendly wig is not going to last quite as long as a synthetic wig. That being said, there's one advantage with the heat-friendly, which is when it does get frizzy, you can actually get that frizz out. You can do it yourself, or you can bring it to your wig stylist, and that frizz can be reduced and maintained with the use of heat, either a flat iron or a curling iron, and using a specific process, and we go over that with you. Again, using the proper tools is a must. And to be honest with you, I don't really love getting long heat friendlies. To me, they don't last as long. So when you come here, you'll usually find that we don't offer the longer heat stylable here unless you specifically request it. If you're going to go below your shoulders, we really recommend looking at a human hair or a human hair blend if you're concerned about the lifetime of your wig. So talking about human hair wigs, human hair is your longest lasting fiber. If you take good care of the fiber, it will last almost indefinitely. Basically, it's going to be your cap, the cap of the wig that goes before the actual hair of the wig goes. So a good quality human hair wig, even though they're more expensive, is a good investment because of the length of time they'll last. And especially if you're looking at something that is shoulder length or longer, you'll want to look at a human hair wig. And again, taking proper care of it, using the proper products, and bringing it in for maintenance and refurbishment from time to time are definitely going to help you keep your investment, regardless of whether you do a synthetic, a heat-friendly, a blend, or a human hair, is going to keep your investment looking great for the longest period of time. Thank you, and I hope you'll tune back to hear some more of our most frequently asked questions.